Hello everyone, I'm Vince.
I'm Caleb.
And you know, Caleb and I here are two completely different people. We come from different generations, have different perspectives and worldviews, have different opinions on food, music, and the arts. I'm an experienced adult. He's a naive teenager.
One thing we both agree on is good gear. But the real question is, what's the best gear?
And we hope to answer that question for you today in a series that we like to call Civilized Gear Debates. So let's begin. Today, we're talking about pedalboard effects, a choice that affects both hobby musicians and professional musicians alike.
That's right, and specifically talking about overdrive.
Now, overdrive, what is that?
It's a gain effect that simulates the breakup of a tube amplifier.
That's right, and when it comes to overdrive pedals, there are so many to select from, and that's what kind of brought us to today's debate question: what is the best overdrive pedal you can put on your pedal board?
This is something that Vince and I strongly disagree on.
I've said it many times before, and I'm going to say it again. If all guitar pedals were to disappear off the face of the earth tomorrow, and only one were to survive, I would hope that one would be the Ibanez TS9 Tubescreamer. No other guitar pedal can match the true versatility that it brings to any pedal board across a multitude of different music genres. You can put this pedal on your board if you're playing heavy metal, if you're playing jazz, if you're playing rock of any amount of heaviness. The TS9 Tubescreamer has something for everyone. The TS9 Tubescreamer, a level of versatility and a legacy we can all get on board with.
The Boss BD-2 is more of an overdrive than the TS9 could ever dream of being. For an analogy, the TS9 is the Paw Patrol watch you gave your 4-year-old because it's the bare minimum for a watch, and the BD-2 is the Rolex you bought because you've got it all. The Blues Driver delivers a creamy and crunchy hit from the emotional response of a 30-year-old tube amp. You have all the control in your hand, with light touches producing minimal to no gain, to a heavy hand creating anything from mild crunch to a saturated fuzz. The Waza Craft BD-2 is the way to go, with all analog circuitry, featuring a standard switch for the classic tone and a custom switch to deliver a new body and sustain to your already superb tone. This isn't just some glorified boost unlike the TS9, this is overdrive.
I'd say you gave a rather nice sales pitch, but you didn't, because you didn't convince me that the Blues Driver was better than the TS9. The TS9 is and always will be the best overdrive pedal, period. It's versatile and it has a legacy behind it. Whether you're playing blues, rock, country, or heavy metal, the TS9 has a place in your pedal board. And furthermore, the legacy behind it, some of the most important guitar players of all time use this pedal. We're talking Stevie Ray Vaughan, arguably one of the most influential guitar players of all time, Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day, and your favorite musician, Mr. Gary Clark Jr., uses a TS9.
You make some good points, but at the fundamental definition of an overdrive, the TS9 doesn't cut it at all. The definition of overdrive is that it replicates the breakup of a tube amplifier. Your precious little TS9 at full drive barely manages to do that, where you can set it perfectly, so no matter what volume you're playing at, you will get that breakup. If you're setting at 12 o'clock and you're playing softly, it'll sound like a clean amplifier, and when you dig in, it's breaking up. If you want it to set it full gain, you basically have a fuzz pedal right there. This fundamentally makes the Blues Driver 110% more versatile than your TS9.
We can talk utility all day. How much does your pedal cost?
$185.
$185.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it comes to building a pedal board, cost effectiveness is really important. And again, that's another reason why I think the TS9 is the better pedal. This is $110, which is a very fair midpoint price for a guitar pedal. You see them going for like $200 to $400 in some cases, but when it comes down to versatility, legacy, and now you have a really nice price point, that just gives an even better argument for the TS9 being the ultimate overdrive pedal.
However, we're not talking about price points here. We're talking about the best overdrive for your pedal board. We're not talking price here. And so At $185, you are still well under any Strymon or high-end boutique brand pedal, but at the level of sound quality that outmatches most of them.
You're right. Best overdrive pedal is the question. But when you unpackage the word best, what falls into that category? Obviously, we're talking tone, but I think price is a very fair point to hit on, because the average consumer might not want to invest hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but still want to get the best bang for their buck to make sure they're getting a great intersection of an amazing tone that's super versatile and pleasant to listen to without having to fork over hundreds of dollars. And I think $110 is a pretty low price for a good pedal.
I would agree with that price point. However, I also think that the normal BD-2, which is also at $110, still rivals your TS9, except I think that the BD-2 just Waza takes it up to a whole nother level. So that's why I chose that instead of just a normal one.
You know, there you have it, folks. I think we've had a good debate. We've heard some good, rather sound arguments. We've heard some childish, glamorous sales pitches at best. But we're going to leave the true answer to you, the viewer. What do you think is the best overdrive pedal for your pedal board? Let us know in the comments. And until then, we'll see you next time.